What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It is a beautiful day to be out. I appreciate you tuning in, going fishing with me, and I am actually headed to one of my next spots. Just put in, daubed around a little bit in the first place, didn't catch anything, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on each little area today. Hang around, let's go see if we can't get us a fish in the boat. It is beautiful out. This is a day after the brutal cold front we had come through. I don't know if we got above freezing or not yesterday, but it certainly is today. Gonna hit about 55, 56 today. Awesome. That's Alabama for you. You guys hang around, let's go catch a fish. There's a bite, boys. He's got me in a tree. Oh, he come out. Come on around the boat, boy. I don't think he's a monster, but oh, he's all right. He'll do. He will do. Got my anchor on. Oh, can't get to him. There he is. There he is. Oh, barely hooked. The dang worm fell out. Whew. Let me show you what I got here. Calm down. Check him out. On a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. Oh man. Little feller's cold. Little feller's cold. Let me get situated. Check him out. Ain't he pretty out here in this Alabama sunshine? Alright, get him back in. I'll tell you what I'm doing, show you what I'm using. I am using a cream stick bait in a June bug color. And I got it Texas rigged. My weight run down the line there. And that's it. About as simple a rig as you can fish. I'm in some brush. I've got a shaky head tied on, but I'm in enough brush and timber that's laying on the bottom. I don't know that the shaky head will help me a lot. I think I'll keep it hung up, so I wanted that Texas rig. Let me make that a little shorter, get me a fresh piece to hook through. We got bluebird skies. There ain't a cloud that I can see just yet. It's coming off of a brutal cold front that went through. I don't know that we ever got above freezing yesterday here in Alabama. We're supposed to hit mid 50s today, and it's on its way because I'm not out here shaking and shivering. That's Alabama though. If you don't like the weather, hold your breath and it'll change in a minute. But I am fishing today. I'm fishing transition places, not exact points or exact trees in the water, or I'm fishing transition areas basically. Right now I'm in the bend of a lake, and what you get a lot of time in these bends is like today, the wind is actually trying to blow me back up into the back here. You also get, when you have areas like this collect timber and debris and stuff, it will be floating, and it tends to collect in areas like this. There's always a lot more brush and timber in the bend on a lake than most of the time running down a flat bank. It just doesn't blow up and get waterlogged and sink as regularly on straighter banks than it does in the bend. So I'm targeting anywhere from 10 to 15 feet deeper water. When I'm finding that brush and timber down there, I'm working those areas pretty heavily, and 15-20 minutes I'm moving on. This is actually my third spot. I've dropped anchor, wind's slowly changing everywhere I get to, and hey, I'm gonna dob around a little bit more and see if we can pull another one out. If not, I'm going to a new spot. You guys hang around. I'll check you in a minute. There he is. See what we got here. Oh, it's gonna be a pretty good one. Oh, he's on the wrong side of the boat. There we go. There's number 2, guys. Number 2, boys. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. Before I drop him, get him turned around, check him out. They're getting bigger. That's awesome, because the first one weighed about 3 pounds, and that one's probably 4.5, 5 pounds. We're getting bigger. What about that?
Hey, what do you think?
About 4.5.
Wow.
Maybe 5. 4.5 easy though.
Hey, yeah, shoot, that's a chunk.
He is. He's cold too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, gonna put him back. Setting up off a point. Away she goes. We're gonna reset up. Try to get a hold of another one. That's number 2. Man, that looks awesome. That ought to be a bite. We're in 11 feet of water, pretty close to the bank. We still got some green vegetation coming out that they could be working their way in and out of. It's not completely dead, which is always a good sign. This is another area that collects debris. When the wind drifts it across the lake, it gets up in this area some, and I feel it on the bottom. Just every 3 or 4 feet working that bait across the bottom, you feel it tick and bump into something. That's a really good sign that they could be a fish holding. But I'm gonna make this my last cast in here. I've then got my second fish of the day. Well, I'm gonna make one more cast. This area just looks too good to just give up on. I'm paralleling the edge of this point where it's got a lot of debris and brush or something kind of out. Now I'm sitting in about 9 feet of water. So out here where I'm throwing is 9 or 10 feet deep, and it's got some cover on the bottom. I can feel it. So that's where that first fish came out of, this general area. So we're gonna see. There could be another one. I know last week I got on a couple of fish in Gunnersville. They were really close together. 2 big fish. And when you get one in the winter time, there's a good chance that there's another big fish close by. You just have to have the patience to hang with them. I'm not going to just work an area to death today. I'm going to move around and try to cover a lot of different areas. But man, I sure was proud of that second one. And the wind this is an area that's not really, it's just sort of swirling in here, so I'm not having too terrible of a time right now. I'm not even using my anchor. I think just for fun, I'm gonna make one more. I'm making a liar out of myself, but the area just looks so good. I gotta try a couple more, and then I'm gonna head on down the lake. A couple more spots in mind I want to hit. It's 12:45, middle of the day. To me, that is the best time to fish in the winter. A lot of people want to be out first thing in the morning. I like the warmest part of the day, and I've always had better luck. Now the wind's coming in on me, swirling me around. But I've always had better luck fishing middle part of the day in the winter when the water heats up the most, especially when the sun's overhead. I guess that may be a confidence thing on my part, or it may be fact. I'm not sure. If you got any comments on that, hey, hit me up. What's your best time of day to catch a fish? Leave it in the comments to see who agrees with me or who disagrees. It doesn't matter either way. If I get too many of them first thing in the morning, I may have to adjust my schedule though. There's a bite, boys. Let's see if he's gonna hold on. I gotta check. Yes. Oh God. Another good one, I think. Man, yeah. Look at my boat go. Whoa, that may be a big spot. Man, he's digging. He is digging. Get up here, buddy. Get up here, buddy. Golly. Woo! Oh, what a fine. God, they're getting bigger. This one's bigger. Golly. You got to keep attention on them. That worm fell out in the net. This one's fat. This one, my fist will go in its mouth. Check. That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. Golly, boys. Let me touch his tail. My God. That's 7. That's probably 8 pounds. That's 2 8-pounders in 2 weeks. At least 8, if not more. I don't catch many 8-pounders, so if I seem a little goofy, hey, I love it. Get her up and get a picture. I'll get one a still out of that footage later on. Whew. That's freaking awesome. I'm gonna get her back. I don't want to keep her out. We'll see you, girl. She's swimming, splashing. She's healthy. Man, what a light bite. Just a little deep. And the thing is you can't, that fish never touched my line. You got to give them a chance to have it. I've been in the past, little tiny bites, jerk that hook hard as I can jerk it, and I don't know how many fish I've probably lost. And no, I don't mean let that fish run all over the lake with it and swallow the hook, but give them just a second. I've made myself, which some of you will realize if you watch me enough, if I've got my back camera running and I feel a bite, especially in the winter, I'm gonna reach down and click my front camera on. That gives me just enough time to settle down, let that fish, it's basically sucking it on back in its mouth to where I can set the hook. Because there's no telling over the years how many I have pulled the trigger on too fast. They might have grabbed the tail. You never know what's going on. If there's one or two fish down there competing over the same bait and one grabs the tail, the other one's trying to get it, give them just a second to get that second inhale on that bait. Not a lot. Like I said, I never would recommend anybody letting that fish swim all over the lake. They're gonna swallow it, and you're gonna have a dead fish on your hands, or an injured fish that'll die later when we turn it loose. Give it just a few seconds. Give it 5-10 seconds to make sure. If it's heavy, that second time you pull up, get your slack out, let her have it then, and you see the result. 3 bites today, 3 fish today. Awesome. I'm gonna let this spot go. I'm not gonna sit and try to wear them out. There could be another one, but I have paddled around and drifted all up in it, so I'm gonna move on. And if I don't get another bite today, I have already had a blast. If you can't tell, I'm having a blast. Not cold out. Here we are, almost February. Some of you know I've got a bad rotator cuff, and right now I can't even feel it. So whew, the adrenaline has took over. Anyway, I'm heading on down the lake. I'll catch you on the next spot. Alright guys, I don't know how much you can tell out in front of me, but this is the mouth of a pocket. And these are excellent transitions because you have deep water in the middle of the pocket. It generally runs out from a ditch or a drain coming out and around either side. So you got a lot of diverse landscape down there. And you just kind of got to figure out where you think the fish are on any given day in these, because these areas are awesome to look for fish. They might be right on the edge of the little pocket going in. It kind of makes a point. Down on Smith Lake, I find them in the middle of the pockets a lot. Don't know why I have better luck down there doing that than I do some of these other lakes that I fish on. But on Smith Lake, the very center of the pockets, for me, has always been productive. I don't know it. I catch a lot of spotted bass like that, and there's usually some brush piles involved, I'm sure, but it's just a good place to start going down the lake if you're unsure of where do I start? What do I do? These pockets are often something like I've been targeting today. That the water depth will change drastically. Usually the center's going to usually have a ditch, and on either side you've got 2 little points. So it's a good place to start if you're not sure. Just a little tip I wanted to throw out there, and hopefully, I was hoping to get a bite while I was throwing that tip out there, but that seemed like it's happening. The wind's gonna blow me. As soon as I started talking, the wind got up. And as you're working these smaller pockets, these are basically little indentions in the lake. You work both the outside points, the sides, the ditch in the middle, and you've got several areas that you could find fish and put together a little pattern. They're not always in the same places, but it's easy to put a pattern together once you come across them. Say if they're on the little points out going into the pockets, well, you got 2 of those, one on this side, one on this side, you can automatically fish. Right now I'm just targeting the inside of the pocket back in the, where I think the deepest spot is. And then I'm gonna pull back out and work the second little point if I don't drift up on it, which looks like I might do because of this wind. But that's just a little tip I wanted to throw out there, and maybe it'll help somebody put a bass in the boat. There we go. Look at this, boys. Ugh. My goodness. He's in the trees. Oh, don't need that. Oh, baby. I think I caught a shark. Get up here, get up here, get up here. Filled up my net. Whoo! Another chunk. Another chunk. Oh, let's get this hook out your face. Oh my goodness. That's a big one. That's a big one. Right out. Golly. I gotta get a hold of it. Look at there, boys. It's been a good day. I think that's number 4 if I hadn't lost count. Steep banks and transition banks. Now this bank's loaded with timber. Big chunk timber, not little brush, but timber. And that's what you get in the wintertime. Big fat sow hog bass. That's number 4. I have got one more, and I would have probably the biggest limit that I could remember catching in a long time. All right, back in the water. Watch her go. Right on back down. That is freaking awesome. She hung me up in my net a little bit. The steep banks in the winter, timber, anywhere you've got transition, right back behind me when I came out of 30 and 40 feet of water up on this bank. This is an area I don't fish that often, but I wanted to try it because I had come across really deep water, and one side's a flat. Didn't realize I was going to go through such deep water headed over to the bank. Once I got over to this bank, there's a lot of timber, so I had to throw around it, and there's the result. Another decent, probably 6-pound bass. Whew, what a fun winter day. If you don't ever fish in the winter, you're missing out, because they have to eat. They got to eat all the time. Fish don't hibernate. They got to eat. And if you can stand to be out in the cold, you can catch them. Anyway, let me untangle my net. I'm going to work down this little bank just a little bit more. It's going to start getting shallow again. Once I get to that shallow, I'm going to turn around and start making my way back down toward the truck, which is a long way off right now. So hang around. Let's see what I can come up with. Oh no, I don't know if that was a fish or a limb. That's a bite. Sure as I'm short, and that's pretty sure. Is he on there? Yeah, he's on there. Got him. Oh my God. I gotta get rid of this. Oh boys, that hurt my arm. Go. Oh, just stay on, baby. Just stay on. I can't fool with that. Come here. Come here. Don't jump, don't jump, don't jump. Oh, you're wetting me. Got him. There's my limit for the day. Oh my God. Oh my God. What have I got into today? This is probably the absolute best day. It's the best day I can remember me personally having. I usually get 1 or 2 good fish on a winter trip. Oh, he's hooked. Golly. Got line everywhere. But I usually don't get a limit like that. That is freaking awesome. He's got my worm somehow. Somewhere. There we go. Oh, he's gonna try to jump. I'm losing my grip. Man, that's solid. That's 4 fish. That's 4 fish today over 5 pounds. Easy, boy. I have never had a day where I personally had that kind of limit that I can remember. So I'm pretty stoked. Man, if I could call my first one I caught, which was a 3-pounder, it would truly be something unbelievable. And I missed a bite. I thought, as I set the hook, just the cast before, I thought I missed one. I wasn't sure if it was a stick. Put it right back in there and got whacked again. Don't know if it was the same fish. Could have been, or it could have been a group. Either way, wow, unbelievable. Guys, if you don't fish the winter, the water's cold. They're not running around hitting frogs and buzz baits. But I'm got 43-degree water. And that fish, I knew that was a bite. A lot of these other bites today were little ticks, just little where they sucked it in and swam off. That was a hit. And I knew that was a bite. There was no doubt. My line actually jumped. I'm like, oh my God. And when you get on the right bank or you figure out the right pattern, these big fish are often schooled up together. They'll be that way now through spawn. They're hanging. Once they start to move up, getting ready to spawn, they'll move up on flats that are close by, and there'll still be a group of them together. So from now, while this water is probably as cold as it's gonna be, it might get upper 30s this year and stay for a few days, maybe a week, but right now I'm sitting in 43. I've already been in 45, 46-degree water. So really and truly, we may not get our water any colder than it is now. So the fact that they're doing this good, it's mind-blowing to me. I'm used to fishing until I can usually catch a good fish in the winter. At least one good solid fish per trip, and then maybe a couple of smaller ones. You know, before the A-rig came along, that's kind of what was expected. But I haven't touched the A-rig. I didn't even bring an A-rig with me today. I just wanted to kind of get out and fish like I'm fishing. I love to fish the plastic worm. I love to fish the shaky head. I don't like to get hung up, but I just did. But it's been so much fun, and I don't know if I'm going to catch any more or not, but at this point it doesn't even matter. Wow, what a trip. Alright guys, I'm gonna cast. I still ain't made my way down this bank yet haven't turned around. And then I got a couple spots I want to hit on the way back that I bypassed coming up. And we'll see what happens. So far so good. My personal best is a 9 9.1 or 9.4. I don't have scales with me, so if I get one any bigger, I'm not gonna know. But I don't think that other one today. I don't think any of the 2 bass that I caught on Guntersville last week broke my personal best. But I think I'm gonna have to invest in some scales, because the last 2 or 3 weeks and on the rest of this winter, I've been close. I know. I'm ready for that 10-pounder to get in my little boat. Alright guys, I am making my way back down the lake toward the truck. I hope you have enjoyed this just a little bit. I have thoroughly enjoyed today. It is just mind-blowing to me to come out in the winter and have a day like this. You know, I haven't had this good a day in the spring. If I have, it's been years and years ago. But this has been a remarkable day. I stuck by what I wanted to do all day, except for one thing. I never threw the shaky head. I stuck with a Texas rig stick bait. I believe it was a cream 5-inch, 5.5-inch, something like that, in the June bug. And when I realized they were bite it, I stayed with it and fished the banks that transitioned, that were close to deep water, that then got kind of flat. The very last fish was the most different of all the banks. It was a steep bank with heavy timber. But now shallow water was close by. I was just a little further from that transition than I thought the fish would be, but hey, I'll take it, because that was a beast too. You guys, I appreciate you so much. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you like what I do, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when the new videos come out, and share it with your friends. I'm trying to grow my channel. This year I hope to go more bigger places and do more things. Plan on going camping and fishing, combining some of that together. Hopefully gonna eat some fish out on the bank, nice shore lunches. Hey, any comments you'd like to make, throw them down there in the comment section. If you'd like to see me go somewhere, maybe out in the North Alabama area, leave that down there and maybe I can get to it before too long. You guys stay safe on the water. I'm Lowell Henderson. This is Simply Fishing, and I will see you guys next time. We'll see you.